Good morning, traders. Welcome to today's market review. This is Razak at CMTrading. Today is August 28th, 2018, and today is Tuesday morning. So looking at the economic events of the day, nothing scheduled today either. And the soonest thing we have is this Wednesday, which is tomorrow, which will have the preliminary GDP numbers coming out of the United States. That's an important number, but otherwise it's a quiet week in terms of the economic calendar. However, looking at the markets, lots happening. We're taking a look here at the Euro USD, and as you can see, we passed our resistance level of 1645, as you can see, just above it. Okay, hasn't hit this next resistance level. 1723 is our next resistance level, which is about right there. Okay, so just be aware of it. Okay, if it does close in, that might actually be a decent short. Okay, as this is, after a couple of green handles, is due for a little bit of a correction. Now, the reason I say it's due for a correction, if that we look at the the one that is always leading the pack, okay, the Aussie USD has already sold off, okay? So what happens is it's generally in these cases, the Euro USD usually plays catch up to the Aussie dollar. So we may actually see that with the Euro actually selling off a little bit. We're looking here at a daily chart and nothing really happening here with the GBP. I think we're going to flatline here for a while until there's some sort of impetus to move us either up or down. But I think we're pretty much done with the British pound, as I think the market has really digested. It's really gotten beaten up over the past, I would say, 2-3 months. So it's it's done. At least for now, it's done. Okay, however, there are other things that we can trade and there are other opportunities. Now we're looking at the Swiss franc versus the dollar, and as you can see, we're at the bottom of the range, 97.93, and the RSI is really beautiful right there. The only thing I don't like about this is that this sell-off actually happened with some volume and some velocity. So that's something actually that I'd like to see. If it does break this level, then we may see a correctional move down to the 97.60-ish level, 96-ish level. So just be aware of that as that continues to trade throughout the day. Now looking at oil. Oil, as we mentioned yesterday, was at its resistance level of 67.75, and as you can see, it sold off quite nicely to 66.87. Now we are going into the hurricane season, so really oil should be rallying. So suffice it to say, this may continue to get weaker, and we actually may see it back into the $64 range. Looking at the Dow Jones, now this has really been the play of the day. I mentioned yesterday in yesterday's review that the Dow Jones has been strong and we may rally next week as traders are coming back to town. However, the market couldn't win until next week. Okay, we rallied over 250 points today, and after market hours we actually continued to rally to sell off at 26.14-ish level. Now we're only about 500 points off of our all-time highs. I mean, this thing retraced all the way to 23,000 when it sold off back in February, and so we may actually see this challenge the 26,600-ish level moving into September, October, if that actually fruites. So that's something to keep in the back burner. Now, the reason I'm still bullish at this time in the season, where we sell off, is because the NASDAQ is really strong. Look at it. It's strong as a bull. 2581 all-time highs, okay, record highs of history. If you look at a monthly chart there, so this thing is really rallied tremendously over the past, you could look at the past decade, over 7,000 points in the past decade. So that's obviously a massive rally. If we look at the Apple stock, you can see that it's flirting with its 218, 219-ish level, so it's at its highs. All right, so things are actually pushing up higher. Market's not going to give it to you all at one shot, but the consensus is still very bullish, as tariffs that President Trump has imposed on Europe is actually fruiting and making sense. Some of those savings are actually coming back to the United States. So this is really a developing story. I don't think we're going to still see the end of it anytime soon. I think with the type of personality that Donald Trump and his administration is, I think we're going to see a lot more excitement as we enter September. So, a few possibilities for today, continued strength in the indices, some weakness maybe a little bit in the Euro USD. So look for those opportunities. This is Razak. I want to wish you guys a great trading day. Thank you.